So, bro, when we wanted to start the conversation, a brother made a comment on our Facebook page, which is the Fred Effect, and the name is Philip Otabel. Philip says, "Hello, the Fred Effect. I was wondering if you could consider this in one of your podcasts. I would be grateful if you could talk about the next steps or actions a person who was denied a visa this fall due to insufficient funds do in order to aid him or her know where they start from." And so my response was that luckily my guest has a similar experience. So Vincent, let's start off with that. For somebody who has been denied a visa this fall, and so um necessarily he knows lack of funds, what should this person do?
Okay, so yeah, thank you, Fred, for having me here. First of all, so if you are being denied a visa, you do not actually know the exact reason why you were denied. That's where I would begin with. However, you know your status. You know exactly what you have on your I-20, and
Mhm.
may want to propose some things that you think led to your denial. So let's look at it this way. When you come back from a denial, you want to sit down, retrospect, and then see what are some of the possible reasons. One of them is funding, which you just mentioned here. So if you believe that funding was the reason that you were denied, then what it means is to basically get more funding. How do you get more funding? Then now it comes down to your approach, your process. First of all, did you have funding in the first one, or it was like no funding at all? It says insufficient funds, so I would actually guess that you had, but then it wasn't fully funded. So if it's not fully funded, that is not the only guarantee for you to be able to get it. You can get fully funded stipends and, let me say, assistantships, but then you wouldn't be able to get your visa. Okay, so to be able to get a full funding, this time I would say that there are a lot of resources around. Fred Effect is definitely one of them. The time that you apply is one of them. You
Mhm.
want to apply as early as possible, okay, so that you can get into the system real quick. So if they have to if they have to take out some students, it would be, sometimes it could be a first come, first serve situation, because everybody is seemingly good at what they want to come do. If you want to come do masters or PhD, you're not the only one with the credentials. You want to be
Right.
able to apply very early, so very early means that you should also know what you want to do. So if you're about to complete your school, and then or even your national service is just about to end, you want to know when to start your applications, all the way to when you get admitted and even start working on funding.
Right. So
So
I want to tailor this down to your case. So you had the first denial. What did you do afterwards in order to get the second visa interview approved?
okay, so when I was denied, I, just like you are proposing yours to be insufficient funds, I tailored down the reasons to two possible causes.
Mhm.
One was insufficient preparation for the interview. That was one of them, and then also the next thing was funding. I'll put funding above the preparation, because when you do not have funding, it means that you have some convincing to do as to how you're going to be able to survive the
Exactly.
long way you come here. So the next thing was also insufficient preparation. I realized that, even though once in a while I would join a mock interview, at the time it wasn't that accessible. It wasn't that common where every day there would be a mock interview.
Mhm.
Just be a few friends, and then knowing some people like Fred, having a group, and then you just call a few, and then sometimes you would have mock sessions. And so even at the last minute, my story wasn't that complete. So you go to the interview, and then they are looking at all the actions. So I believe that these two reasons actually coupled up and then led to the denial. Now, what means is that the next time when I went in there, luckily for me, I would say luckily, because funding sometimes boils down to you being lucky.
Mhm.
Like I said, a lot of people are also qualified for what you have been given. So I was contacted by the vice president of the University of Texas Rogan Valley at the time, that I was being nominated for an interview for a research position in his office. And it came with the funding. So after the interview, I got the funding, and then yeah, so I didn't have to worry about funding. That was for the second time.
Oh,
Also, with regards to the preparation, I can tell you for a fact, probably a month before the interview, my second interview, I was still very confident that I got this in the bag, because there were multiple, mock sessions with Fred, with my
yeah.
friends. We have another group apart from Fred Effect. Fred Effect also bet other groups like White Paper. Some of the friends in there. When you have been approved, they give you this white paper. So we had called white paper as well. And we would meet. Some of them are like Kingsford is one of them. Marianne. We were like a host of Prince, Asamoah, a lot of them, Philip Toku, and other friends as well.
Yeah,
Together
we'll,
there, and then
we'll
we go.
get to that. So this was just to answer our brother's question, and if you're just tuning in, this is just the intro. We mostly will respond to most of your questions you send us on the Fred Effect Facebook platform. We are currently about 125,000 family members. This should tell you the work we've been putting in over the years. So this is the Study Abroad podcast. If you're just tuning in, we have our wonderful guest here today. Let's see if I could do the arrangement. Okay, so we have our wonderful guest here today, and then my co-host is Ben. Ben, how you doing?
Yeah, Fred, I'm good, and you?
A quick intro to the wonderful viewers who are tuning in, seeing your handsome face for the first time.
Oh, as usual, the name is Ben, and I'm currently in the UK and a key member in the Fred Effect team. We hope that a year by this time, most of you will be able to achieve your study abroad dream, and that has been our vision for
Right.
the past decade. Yeah.
It's another week, and if it's a Saturday, it's time for self-improvement, to improve on yourself so that your future self will be proud of you. Our guest is Vincent. Vincent, to let people know, this is the second time we are shooting this.
Yeah.
Yeah, we actually shot one 2 years ago. If you're just new to the Fred Effect, like we've been long in the game. This is the boss when it comes to study abroad game, understand? So we shot this like 2 years ago. Unfortunately, we couldn't post it. And then I said my brother should come through. Now he has a lot going on, PhD and stuff like that. So we are going to learn about his story from where he started, how he was able to overcome a first interview denial as he started with. And you should take a pen and a paper. You have a lot to write down, because the spring 2026 as well as the fall 2026 academic semester applications are have started opening up, and so you have to take notes, write down the names of the schools, the programs, how the scholarships were obtained, so that 2026 we shall be seeing you here. A quick introduction, bro, and then we get started.
Okay, so thank you once again, Fred. I'm Vincent from Ghana. Obviously, down in Ghana, I'm from Sevi Atronsu. And yeah, right now I'm at Penn State University, and I'm doing my PhD in industrial engineering. So in 2021, I came in here to the University of Texas, Rio Grande Valley for my master's in manufacturing engineering. So right after I came over here. Nice to connect with you all, and we're gonna have a good time today.
So how many languages do you speak, bro?
So
Because
maybe
I know you speak Fanti.
yeah, I speak Fanti, I speak Chi, I speak Seshi, I speak English. I'll say these for shooting.
Oh, okay, interesting. All right, let's get started. What actually influenced your decision to want to study abroad?
Okay, so this one first thing that I'm gonna talk about is, you know, when we were about to finish uni those days at KNUST, we were friends. We came together and we're like, some of our TAs have been going abroad to
Mhm.
PhD and masters in chemical engineering and all that. I was in chemical engineering, so we're like, oh, I think we can also do that. So we came together and we're like, we're going to take the GRE. At the time, GRE was very heavy. People wanted to do that, and schools were really requesting for that. So we're like, let's do the GRE thing. And then that was like initial conversations, but we never did it. So we'll come to where you talk about just conversations without action. So we never did it. And then when we started a national service, our first induction, we were told that, you know what happened last year? We're like, no, we don't know what happened. They were like, people came in just like you. And what that means is that after a year, you're also going to leave just like that. So there and then I knew that, hey, this is a reality check. You do not have any guarantee that you're going to be in this job or you're going to be in this same position next year. So that was when I was even more motivated to do this study abroad journey thing. And I got connected with like-minded people in the company as well. Some of the students, they were heavily on board. We're like, let's just come together, take the GRE. My boss at the time during my national service was also heavily involved. He was giving me all the support that I needed, and then I took the GRE, and then that was when the story went on. So yeah, you're muted, Fred.
What was your academic qualification prior to relocating?
So I had a Bachelor of Science in Chemical Engineering.
I see.
So at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. That's what I studied for my undergrad. Yeah.
Oh, awesome. So what program did you end up, starting to apply?
So I was applying to manufacturing engineering. Even though I was in chemical engineering, I was applying to manufacturing and industrial engineering. Yeah.
Most people think that with this fields, in the fields of the sciences and engineering, all that, it's easy to get admission. It's easy to get a scholarship. Getting a visa approved is easier. How come you ended up not getting your visa approved the first time?
Okay, so first off, getting funding is not easy to get. It's not easy. It's not something that anybody would just sit and say that getting funding is very easy. First off, at the time or during 2021, 2020 time, there were not a lot of resources on the internet like these days where you have a lot of people doing study abroad and
right.
all that. So it was just like if you knew a friend who has done this, then somehow you get the information from them, and all that. Like I said, through my TAs, I was like, they were leaving. I was like, okay, so I knew that this was going on. So one of the reasons was that funding was not that available, and it was something that I just did not get at the time. Also, another thing was that we did not have that those resources that these days are available. So I would say that somebody would just decide to do study abroad, but then it would just be like in the middle, you're like, why am I even doing this? Do I have all those needed resources to even go through it? But I'll say that the first time it was just due to these two things. Funding was not that available, and the preparation and all that was also not there.
Awesome. Ben, you want to come in?
Yeah, so I could hear you saying that you were with like all your group members, like you have the same mindset. Do you think that one really influenced your decision?
Yeah, I think so. I know so. When you're doing things like this, it involves your time, it involves your money because it is not cheap. And it also involves you getting a lot of information. So getting yourself surrounded with people that are speaking the same language that you are speaking is very important to your progress. During the day, during the night, in the morning, afternoon, evening, we were having mock sessions. If you have people who are not having their time dedicated to this, you wouldn't have that time. You wouldn't even have to meet these numerous times to be able to discuss things like this. So like-minded people are going to motivate you. They are going to make sure that your story is, said. They are going to make sure that, you have the resources. And that was what happened.
Okay. So what were basically your plan? If you could share with us.
My plan is to get into a master's program.
No, your plan before entering USA. about the study abroad. Was it that it just occurred to you, you just decided that you want to study abroad, or you had a thorough plan as to how to go by?
Yeah, I did definitely have a plan as to why I even want to study abroad, if that's what you're asking. So, my bachelor's was in chemical engineering, and then chemical engineering, if you know, has to do with a lot of process engineering stuff, like what goes into the process, the factors and all that. So, if you go to, let's say, a beverage industry, how to do the mixtures, how to mix this with that, and all that. But there was another part of it that has to do with optimization. It has to do with the machinery. It has to do with, how to set up the company, those things, supply chain and all those things that are not covered by chemical engineering, which is heavily involved or heavily talked about in industrial and manufacturing engineering. So I was like, why not try that side? And then at the time, KNUST, they didn't have industrial engineering department. I did not know it.
KNUST is a technical or technologically inclined university. So how come they will mount a program that they don't have the machinery to
No,
help?
that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that they did not have industrial engineering department at all.
Oh, okay.
I did chemical engineering, and I was telling you what I got from chemical engineering, but then it does not include that side that I really want to now go next, which is the optimization part, the machinery, and all those things. Heavily involved on that part, so that I can get a full grasp of the industry. The factory settings and things.
So it's not just that you just wanted to travel.
No.
It's because of what you want to become in the future. Is it the case?
Yes, that's exactly. You just hit the nail right on the head. It's not just about traveling. It's about what is driving me, which is owning a company someday. It could be an oil, it could be a steel company, it could be a beverage industry, it could be any other thing. So that actually drove me to know that side of the industry as well.
So, okay.
If you're just tuning in, we are streaming across all the Fred Effect platforms. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, X, Instagram, and TikTok. TikTok, the sound was a bit poor, so let's hear from you if you can hear me now on TikTok. And our guest today is Vincent. Vincent is originally from Ghana. He speaks multiple languages, interestingly, and graduated from KNUST, moved to Texas, and now on a PhD. For somebody who had a setback of getting a visa refused and yet was able to move on, get a visa approved the second attempt, pursued a master's program, and now on a PhD. If you're listening to us, whether you studied at KNUST, you're in Nigeria, whichever country, it is possible you can do it. Now, what we do on the Study Abroad podcast is very simple. We are inviting these people who have the experience of going through the process. They are sharing their journey, the universities they apply to, the scholarships they are on. It makes it easier if you want to work on this study abroad process to know that people like you, people that look like you, have been able to do it, and so you can also do it. So that's the conversation we are having now, in case you just tune in. So, Vincent, going on from there, if you could share, following on what Ben was asking, if you could share exactly what your plan was. So you were a national service personnel. You are receiving 559. Your group was thinking of writing the GRE. So what was exactly the plan? So that if somebody is listening to you, a certain TA from KNUST, they can add up to what plans they have as well.
Okay, so the plan was we are about to graduate from school. What is next? National service. So let's go do the national service. Right after the national service, we want to go study abroad. Now, the reasons why I want to go study abroad, mine is what I put earlier, but the thing was after national service. So normally we start around August and then we end like in July, thereabout, or September, or we end in August. So the fall semester was going to start again in August. So the plan was to apply, get admitted, and then begin in the fall semester or in the spring semester when in one of them that you wanted to apply to. So for me, I first got admission to the spring semester, and so that was when I tried, and it didn't go, and then it was deferred to the fall semester, and then now I got that one, and then I got here. So the plan was again get together, apply to the schools, take the GRE, apply to the schools, and then get here. So yeah.
An interesting one. So we have some people who also have a passion like you. They want to also have that feel of studying abroad. So how should they start the whole process based on your experience?
Okay, so let's say you're about to finish university right now. First of all, make sure that you are gathering information from the resources available, like Fred Effect, like King's Photo, like all these YouTube pages that are giving all the information. Go on there, look for the schools, watch the videos, and then look for the schools that provide some of these things that you want. For instance, they offer some of the courses that you want to do. Is it a master's? Is it a PhD? Also, regarding scholarship, you can still see them on these platforms. They are posting them day in, day out. You can know which schools are providing the funding, and then which schools are just the state of the schools. There are some schools that are heavily focused on research, and so they will be giving funding. So if you don't know this and then you apply to, say, a private school somewhere that has never given funding to anybody in the last, let's say, 2 years, what are the chances that you're going to get funding? Okay, so make sure that you subscribe to these platforms and then you get the information. That is one of them. Now, another thing that you want to do is that after you get that, you can just make a simple Excel sheet of all the data that you've gathered from these pages or from these platforms, and then you can have a follow-up. So if it is Penn State University, you want to list the programs you want to apply to. If it's just one program, just list it. Who is the graduate program coordinator? You want to reach out to the person, ask about the program, and then you also want to apply to the program. Like, what is the application fees, if there is? So make just a master Excel sheet, something like this, of all the schools. That will give you a general idea, of what you've had so far on your desk. Then you can follow up from there,
Application seasons are starting. When did you start yours? When do you advise people start applying? You applied for a master's, you applied for a PhD. We are in August, getting into September. What would be your advice to somebody who wants to apply?
Okay, so first of all, know the deadlines, application deadlines. If let me take the time when I was applying for the PhD, for example. I knew that to be able to have funding or consider yourself in the funding pool, something like that, then make sure that you submit your application by December 1.
Okay.
Yeah. So if that's what I'm working with, then somewhere around September, I'm talking to my recommenders, people that are going to give me the recommendation letters. I'm talking to them. I'm letting them know this is my plan. And then I'm getting my resume intact. I'm getting my SOP, my story intact, everything on my SOP. And then also, if there are any certifications or my degrees, all those things, getting all the documents ready. So by December 1, all the schools that I want to apply to, I should be done. So that's what I did. By December 1, I was done applying to about 10 schools or 8 schools. I think 8 to 10 schools when I was doing my PhD.
A lot of people have restrictions when it comes to the study abroad, or impediments or challenges. One of them is finances. National service personnel, I don't know. Right now, the national service allowance has been increased, but 559, how were you able to finance this process practically?
Okay, so luckily for me, I was in the mining industry or mining company, so it wasn't 559.
Okay.
It was even in dollars, but at the time it was like 1,000 Ghana cedis or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was like that.
So even though you were a national service personnel, they paid you in dollars.
Yes, on the pay slip it was $196 at the time.
Oh,
So
okay.
it was like 6, so you multiply and then it was
No. So you were a national service personnel, but you were working 9 to 5 or something like that, right? Like you were working like a full time.
Yes, it was.
Okay.
It was actually 7 to 5 or 7 to 7 or something like that.
And that's approximately, let's say, $110, right?
Yes.
And how much is your stipend now as a PhD student?
Okay, so it's
Approximately.
Approximately it's like $2,500, 2,000.
So would you say you're better off than somebody working a full time as a national service personnel comparing to being a student?
Of course, national service is I would outrightly say yes in terms of the finances. Um, so yeah, I would say that
It
it's
wouldn't be fair to compare. So, assuming definitely national service personnel at where you used to work, this is like 4 or 5 years ago, so $100. But let's assume now they've increased it to $500. But you were a student, PhD student, you're
yes,
taking approximately 2,000.
yes,
That's amazing. So that's what we talk about studying abroad. When you explain certain things, it's difficult for people to get the understanding that even as a student, you're working approximately 20 hours compared to working full time as a national service personnel taking that amount. Bro, if you're listening to us, seek for ways to improve the quality of your life. And study abroad is one of the ways to do it. Let's talk about did you end up writing the GRE with your friends? What happened? Give shout outs to some of them because they were helpful.
yeah. I did write the GRE.
Mhm.
Yeah, some of my friends, George and Trey, we took it together. I remember at Asokwa.
Oh, I
You
see.
Yeah, I think he's in UK right now. And,
Awesome.
a lot of my friends right now, they are here. Some are in Canada and all that. And it was just because of this we came together, and then we wanted to make this happen. And now it's happened. Yeah.
A lot of times when you talk to people, they make reference to, like last week when we spoke to a brother, he was also making reference to friends. Get good company, like get around good people who would inspire you. It's not the friends that only send you funny jokes, but when they see a book that will impact your life, they will not share that with you. When they see a video like this one that we are making that will change your life, they are not going to share that with you. So get yourself around that good company. If that couple of friends you are around are not helping you to improve, maybe they can help you improve spiritually, which is absolutely fine. But to build on yourself, get that kind of friends. All right, bro. So you graduated from KNUST. KNUST uses CWA. Most of the universities in the US use CGPA. Did you have to go through evaluation? How were you able to convert your CWA into the CGPA format?
Yeah. So again, at the time there wasn't we didn't have the West evaluation this popular, and
Mm-hmm.
we did not need the conversion. We needed to submit the CWA as it was, and then the school was able to do that evaluation by themselves. So with that, we were safe. But I think it was right after us that the West evaluation and then the other evaluations started becoming very popular, and schools were demanding for those ones. So yeah, we were, I would say, lucky. Then.
One of the other questions or the challenge, apart from the finances, is recommendation letters. How many universities did you apply? How did you get the professors to recommend you to all these universities?
I applied to two universities.
Oh, only two?
Yes, it was only two universities that I applied to.
What was the reason? Because cast your nets wider. Was it not scary applying to only two? What if you are denied to all these two universities?
Yeah, but the thing is, you can apply to one, you can get it. You can apply to eight, and you wouldn't get it. But just like you're saying, applying more means that you are increasing your chances, right?
Right.
That's what on paper it means. But the reason for applying to these two was that I wouldn't say that I limited myself to just these two, but then I had I had how should I say it? I had the hope that these two were gonna work out some way somehow, and then all the two I also got the admission from them. So I think it's just a number that right now, if I am applying, if you heard me say correctly, when I was applying for my PhD, I applied to about 8 to 10 schools.
Mhm.
So that tells you that I moved from two to like 8 to 10.
Yeah.
So I now know better that applying to more schools is going to increase your chances. But
Yeah.
at the time, you're applying to, sometimes it's even one. Just apply to one school and see what happens.
That's
So
what I did.
we trusted you see, so we trusted the process, but we didn't kind of trust the process at the same time. So now I would advise people to be applying as many schools as possible. You know.
One of the things we do is to make sure we show the university so people know what we are talking about. So these are universities that exist. Sometimes, if you're in Bole Bamboy and you search for universities in the US, you may not see some of these universities. But because we are in the system, we've gone through some of these universities. Personally, I have attended like what, 5 different universities or 6, and I'll talk about them. And so the experience going through some of these universities, that's what we are sharing with you. So, bro, I know the first school is UTRGV. That's a mouthful. What's the full name, bro?
Yeah, the University of Texas Rio Grande Valley.
You might
Yes.
never hear about this if probably you're in Bolivar, boy. I tell you. Yeah. Which city is it located?
So there are many campuses, but then the main campus here is in Edinburgh, Texas.
Okay, right. Remember that sometimes some of the names of the universities or the colleges in the US look a bit similar. So, for example, there's Ohio University, there's Ohio State University. There's a difference. There's Oklahoma University, and then or the University of Oklahoma, and then Oklahoma State University. So there is the University of Texas Rio Grande Valley, which is in Texas, another state, and then there's also the University of Rio Grande Valley, Rio Grande and Rio Grande Community College, University of Rio Grande and Rio Grande Community College. This is located in a city in Ohio. So these are 2 different schools, even though they are similar. Of course, you can decide to apply to the 2 of them, but I wanted to make a clear difference. One, where our brother attended, it's located in Texas. That's what I'm showing on the screen now. And then the other one is located in another state, which is very far, which is like 12 hours drive before you get to Ohio, which is like also in another state. So you are talking about University of Texas, Rio Grande Valley. For somebody hearing about this university for the first time, you have been there for 2 years. You applied to it. What can you tell us about the application process? How is life over there? Should people apply to this university?
Yes, outrightly, I would say yes. There are a lot of Ghanaian students over there, not just Ghanaian students. The African community over there is
Mhm.
great. If you are watching from Nigeria, from the Gambia, all these countries, first of all, their international community is great, is big.
Right.
This is a school full of Hispanics and people who are not indigenous American people. So
Mm.
they boast about is the international students or international community. It is something that is very welcoming, and we didn't really feel lost when we came in. There are a lot of other people we could relate to and all that. So that is one of the reasons for this school, choosing this school. Also, as you saw when Fred just logged in, it was like #1 in Texas and all those things. It was,
Yeah.
they're talking about affordability. Okay,
Right.
Texas, they are the most affordable school. What that means is that when you get in, your chances of getting quality education with the little that you pay is high. And so one of the reasons to get in there, even application fees were zero.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
my other school that I applied to, University of Miami, Oxford, Ohio, it was about $60 application fee, but this
Yeah.
was zero. So that is one of the reasons. Also, very valuable information you're going to get, or let me say education you're going to get at that price. So that is something they offer. Also with assistantships, they give it day in day out. They have a lot of assistantship offers and stuff for people. So yeah, it's great.
Awesome. I like the way there's an arrangement of the programs as well as their you get to know whether it's online or on campus, the application deadline and all that. It's easy to see them here. There are lots of programs that you can check out. I'll be sharing the link in the video description. But remember, this video will be live across the Fred Effects platform, so you can check it out. And then, if you miss the spelling of the name, that's not a problem. You can check it out, and then you get to know about it. So you said the second school you applied to is located in Oxford, Ohio. This is a school that I visited like 2 years ago. I've been on this campus. Very beautiful. It's very closer to Cincinnati. Cincinnati is a huge city, and so you have a feel of a moderate living kind of lifestyle somewhere 45 minutes from Cincinnati, and then a beautiful campus. Talk to us about Miami University. What program did you apply there? Why didn't you end up going to this school?
Yeah, so I the reason why I applied to this school was that I found out that the biochemical engineering program was very good.
Right.
Um, Doing some paper engineering and all those things. I thought they were interesting and I wanted to give it a shot. That was
Mm.
easily straightforward. The reason why I applied to this school. The reason for me not going for this is that at the time, they also did not provide funding. It was when I got to UTRGV that I got here a semester because I didn't close my application. I deferred it. That's what I did.
I
So
love that. I
yeah.
love that. Please pause there.
Okay.
I made a video recently. I was telling people that, normally people apply to 5 universities, and then because they got one, they don't even respond to the emails from the other. Anything can happen.
Yes.
So you have to have a backup plan. So even though you didn't, you end up not going there, after one semester in your first university, they reach out giving you funding.
Yes.
What it means is that if you had lost your funding at where you went, then there's a backup plan there.
Yes. That was
Right.
the thing. Yeah. And so they reached out, and then I had to let them know that I was already in a program, and I was fine. So that was the point where I felt like, okay, so this is where Miami University ends for me.
I see. We'll come to the PhD program. Ben, if you have any questions, let's proceed. Your microphone is muted. You have to
I
unmute.
just want to take us back to the recommendation, because I think for some time now it has been an issue. But you mentioned, I think from the introduction, that when you were talking about the plans, like we need to inform the recommenders even earlier before we start the process. But I feel that in our case, most of us, what we do is that it's when we have put in the application, then we reach out to the recommenders. What will you say about that?
Yeah, I think the answer is just right there. That these are professors, or these are senior lecturers we are talking about. They are very busy people, and they have a lot of tight schedules. You want to make sure that even if they know you, or even if they know what you can do, how good you were as a student, even when you worked with them directly or indirectly, let them know ahead that, oh, I want to do this. Sometimes they can even provide you with some valuable insight as to which school you should even apply to, depending on the relationship and depending on what kind of information that they have for you. So it's very important for you to tell them very early. So I would say that if you want to apply in September, then you want to tell them, let's say, a month before, you know, let them know this is what you want to do. And then when they receive, or when you put in their emails and then they receive the notification that student A wants your recommendation, you also make sure that you follow up with an email, or you can call them and then let them know that I also put in again. So the application has been sent to your email. What if they do not check their email that week or that day or the time that you want it? So just follow up, just keep following up on it. Be relentless on it, because it can be sometimes frustrating. You can get to some department, and then sometimes you want to meet a professor and it's very difficult for you to meet them. So do not wait till the last minute. That approach is always very frustrating, and it's gonna just is gonna wear you out. Okay, so make sure that you are just doing everything proactively. Go early and get them done.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much. So I want to use this medium to thank one of my lecturers those days at University of Cape Coast, Dr. Peter Antipati. I think he has been helpful. Recently, I wanted to do one application. I even called him, and he sent the recommendation. So please, I think day in and day out, our professors are becoming very busy. However, if we try to let them know our intentions as early as possible, as Vincent just mentioned, I'm sure most of us will be able to deal with this recommendation issue. Because to me, in all the processes, the recommendation should be something you should worry less. Because, Charlie, we are thinking of building like $40,000 account, then you want to worry yourself with the recommendation, then I'm not sure the process will end like the way you want it to be. So please, let's try every means possible to deal with these recommendation issues, and then focus on most important part, which includes the finances. So thank you, Vincent, for this enlightenment.
All right, bro. So knowing what you know now, do you think you would have wished to have come earlier, like after high school, or to come and do your undergrad here? You know, what do you think?
Um, there's definitely been that feeling where you wish that if you came here, you did high school, or let's say you did
Yeah.
college, that's like your undergrad here. That would
Mm,
be, I think everything happens for a reason.
right.
I did not do that, but then when I came here for my masters, even that I've learned a lot. That I've been able to adjust to the system, and I think I'm good so far. So I think that coming early on any day is going to help you. But then there's also one thing that Ghana is doing in terms of the teaching.
Hmm.
The- it's heavily focused on theory. I would say that, but then that theory is pretty thick as well. It's very
Right.
good theory that they gave. So sometimes when we come in here, there are things that are being taught that we might have probably learned that even in high school, you
Mm.
know, at the college or master's level. So the theory that they give us in Ghana that we keep complaining about, sometimes it also helps some way somehow. Yeah. So yeah.
How is it like for somebody to give a pic to paint a picture to somebody? How is it like to be a graduate or a master's degree student in the US?
Um, it's school dependent. It's community dependent and stuff. I've been in two schools, so I can talk about these two and how they differ. So
Right.
in UTRGV, it was for me very relaxed environment. I had family, I had friends. The school, like I said, heavily focused on international students, international community, and then also my professor, working with my professor, all those were very, very good and great, So the environment was relaxed. It was a master's degree, it wasn't a PhD. So the requirements and things that you need to be able to graduate are not are different. Now, with a PhD, I moved to a whole different place in Pennsylvania, Penn State, and
Mm.
your advisor is going to change, or your professor is going to change. This is not really internationally focused like UTRGV. It's more of a white community, indigenous, community type of school. Also, because this is PhD, it's heavily focused on research, and the requirements are very high, and so you wouldn't have that relaxation as you thought you would have. So my typical life is, wake up in the morning, around 7, get prepared, get to campus around 9 o'clock, and
Do
then
you have to go to class every day?
for me, I would have to, yes, go to campus every day because that's the requirements of my lab. Okay, so but some other people, they do not necessarily have to go to the office or to the lab every day. So it
Okay.
depends on your lab requirements as well.
As a student, this is to somebody who is just new to the whole process. Are you allowed to work? And for your scholarship, what kind of work is it? I want to limit it to your master's. We'll come to your PhD. So, are you combining school with work, or is it only work? Is your lab your work? How is it like?
Okay, so I'm allowed to work 20 hours a week,
Hmm.
and the work has to be in my school. Okay,
Okay.
and my work is basically my assistantship that pays my tuition, and then also gives me a monthly stipend.
So
Uh,
you're schooling and working at the same time.
so I'm schooling and working at the same time,
Mm.
and that work is paying for my tuition and everything. So whilst you build capacity, whilst you learn a lot, you are also being paid in a way, you
Okay.
know, and that's the double benefits over there that we were trying to say earlier, compared to me just being in Ghana and, let's say, working. Yes, you'll be improving yourself and
Mm.
getting more work experience, but this time you are doing both at the same time, in a more enabling environment. So I would say that, yeah, that was basically what happened.
You told me the nature of your work, but if you're just tuning in, this is the Study Abroad podcast with a Fred Effect. We have the biggest Study Abroad content platform, and for more than half a decade, this platform has been impacting a lot of lives. We continue to change the narrative about the whole scare around studying abroad. It used to be people who had first class and people from rich family who can study abroad. Now we understand that you who had a D7 E8, you can also do it. This Study Abroad podcast brings people who have been through the process, so they share their experience with you. It makes it easier for you to understand how they did it and how you can also do it. So talk to me about the nature of work. Are you going to dig some manhole? Are you a librarian? Like, what do you do? What's your work?
Oh, it was 4 hours in a day. I'm supposed to work 4 hours in a day. So I get to the office. I was supposed to reach out to some companies about the technology in UTRGV,
Right.
my school, and then have them license these technologies and use them, and then generate funds for the school. That was what I was doing as a graduate assistant uh,
Oh, okay.
in the office of the vice president. So that was what I was doing.
So was this work related to what you're studying? So, for example, somebody is studying sports administration, right? And their assistantship is with the university sports, whatever. And so they do coaching and all that. Was this your assistantship linked to, what you are studying?
No, it wasn't linked to what I was studying. So what I was studying was in manufacturing and additive manufacturing and all
Mhm.
those. But then my assistantship was in the technology commercialization office.
Mhm.
So that one, we gather all the technology in the school, the research that the professors have done, and then we sort of license it to company, and then they use them, and then we generate funds. So it doesn't have to be necessarily looking into your department for funding, and that is
Mhm.
one of the restrictions that we put on ourselves. That is definitely going to hurt us at the end of the day. Make sure you are looking everywhere, everywhere.
Right. You run us through the first denial and how the funding was like. Let's compare. So the first interview, how was the scholarship like? And the second interview where the vice president reached out for scholarship. I want to know how it increased and probably if it improved your chance of getting the visa approved. How was the first funding like? And we talk about the second one.
Okay, so for the University of Texas Rio Grande Valley, if you receive any scholarship more than $1,000, you qualify for what we call in-state tuition. Now, the in-state tuition means that you're going to be paying the fees as a U.S. resident, even though you're an international person. Uh,
Mm.
it's very cheap. So one of the scholarships that I got, I'm going to start with my first scenario. My
Mhm.
first was what we call sustainability fellowship. So the sustainability fellowship gave me $7,500 for, I think, for 3 semesters.
Mhm.
Means is that every semester it was 2,500 that I was given. Meanwhile, the total cost of living on the I-20 was around 23,000 thereabout.
Okay.
So even though I qualified for institution, even though all this was available, my funding was definitely not enough to take me through my program, even if I was given the visa. So it was very like clear to the VO or the visa officer that was interviewing me. You know, this thing we say, if you do not have funding, sometimes your story is a bit long.
So
You know,
who covered the deficit by then?
so it was my boss. Like I said, he was very supportive at the time.
Mm.
At work, he helped me. He provided me with my with the bank statements and all that to cover for the deficit. And so that was how it looked like.
But did you have did you still had a deficit in the second attempt?
No, I did not have a deficit.
Oh, okay. So when the vice president now came in with assistantship, it covered everything.
It covered everything. Yes.
After the deny, did you reach out to your school to tell them that I've gotten denied? I think is the funding. Please increase the fund. What did you do?
Yeah. So the DSO, or I would say the international office
Mm.
representative, reached out to me to follow up on my visa yeah, interview, and I let her know that I did not get it, and then he wanted to know why, and then
Yeah.
definitely I let her know that I think funding was very important in this case, and I did not have it. So I don't know, maybe they had that on their deck that if we have to reach out to people next time, then he's one of them, and
Oh.
then I deferred my course. I did not close the application, and so that was what led to the second time me being reached out to. It
Okay.
could be,
So it was the fall semester you couldn't secure the visa, or it was the spring semester.
it was a spring semester that I
Oh,
couldn't.
then you deferred to fall, and now you got the full funding.
Yes.
All right. If you're just tuning in, we are not leaving you out. If you have questions for our brother, Vincent, leave them in the comment section. We'll be reading and responding to them. Also, as you participate, as you interact, you like, you comment, you share on the various platforms, you automatically, join the draw. Right now, we have like 30 people. At the end of the session, we'll have the draw. We'll pick one person, and then the team will support you to go through the process, whether you want to apply for undergraduate or graduate applications. All of us on the session have experience of doing this, and we will be happy to hold your hands and support you to do that. All you need to do is to be interactive. Click on the like button, share this, for someone to benefit from the ideas and information we are sharing here. So at the end of the session, we'll have this draw. Ben, please go on. Your microphone is muted.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, Vincent, so I want to know, what advice do you have for those whose visa has been recently approved and they are yet to come to the USA? Based on your experience so far in the state, I could see that you are chilling, man.
Yeah. Okay, so my advice would be, first of all, I would say congratulations to you. It's not been easy going through the process. And so getting approval is going to be great news. What I would say is that your life is definitely going to change for the better if you really come in here and do exactly what you said you were going to do, which is come here, study, get the knowledge, and then, go to the next level or the next step in your life. I think that you are destined for greatness. This is a land of opportunities, like they say. There are a lot of opportunities for you when you come in. Be cordial, as we know, Ghanaians or international people or Africans, very respectful, like we are. Just come in and then keep your keep up whatever you did to get you here. One thing I keep saying is that if you were very resilient, or if you were very prayerful, or whatever took you to this level, or whatever granted you the visa, keep doing it. Do not stop doing it. Some people are spiritual, some are not. But if you are, keep being spiritual. For maybe that is what led you to wherever you are right now. If it's about attention to detail and being meticulous, do that, and then it will still get you to the next level. So yeah.
All right, so that's a nice one from Vincent. Why would you still recommend USA to some
Yeah,
our followers?
yeah, there are a lot of countries that are doing giving all these opportunities, but I think the US is very special in the case that even after school, they're going to be offering you some opportunities to practice what you studied as well, like in the form of a practical training after your school. So OPT is one of them. Also, whilst you are schooling, you get to travel around and go for seminars. You get to go for conferences. There are a lot of opportunities for you to be able to meet new people, and then communicate with them, share ideas, and then get your work done. So I would say that it's a very much an enabling environment that everybody should be able to thrive in there. So very good, and I'll speak for the US, but I cannot speak for any other country. But yeah, I'll prefer you come to the US.
Oh, okay. So you prefer most of our viewers come to the US.
Yeah,
I'm sure even if you wish, you want me to also come there. So
oh, yeah. I mean, we're very receptive. So come here and then.
no, you want to be UK champions, We don't want USA to be choked.
Yeah. There's actually a lot of room for everybody. But
yeah.
I mean, but the UK, Canada, all these countries have enormous lot of opportunities for everyone. So
yeah. Honestly, I like the way you respond to most of the questions that we've asked you, and the kind of flexibility you use in answering. So you keep it up. And before Fred comes in, I just want to know what are some of your regrets throughout this process, so that we don't also commit the same mistake.
Yeah. So one of the regrets, or I'll put it as a lesson, in this case is put in enough preparation. Do not act like you are doing this on the part time. I was doing this full time, and that actually helped me, get my visa. Make sure you surround yourself with like-minded people. You are doing the application, and then you are not having anyone to talk to unless there is a mock session at 6 p.m. before you can have people to talk to. No, you should have one or two people that around 2 p.m., if you have a question, you can reach out, and then they would have an answer for you. This is because it's going to be able to help you to develop outside of a general group. Okay, that is very important. So I would say that the lesson for me was, enough preparation. Do not change your story at the last minute. The thing is that you are all good candidates. You are all very good, and your story. It's not like you are forging a story, but getting your credentials together and then presenting it as a complete story is what most of us were missing at the time. So you are good, you have all these degrees, but then you don't know how to present it the way it has to be given out to the visa officer. So that is why we need these groups. That's why we need all these resources to shape us. So yeah, it was a lesson for me, and then the next time I was definitely fully prepared.
We have some amazing people that tune in all the time. Right now, we have close to 1,000 people, and from where we are from, where internet is a little bit expensive, if you have people tuning into an interactive live session like this, you know that they are here to benefit from the ideas and information we are sharing. And we appreciate every single individual, somewhere charging their phone or their laptop, paying for data, some mosquito biting somebody at the Wi-Fi joint watching us. We really appreciate you. So Benjamin, thank you for tuning in. Benjamin is watching us on Facebook. Noel is watching us on YouTube. Thank you for tuning in as well. And shout outs to Ajua Anima. She's amazing. She's amazing. Watching us on Facebook as well. Abdul Halik will be responding to your questions. Lane Nicole is watching us on Facebook. Let us know the country you're watching us from. I would really appreciate that. Patience. Kwansama, hopefully I got the name right. Patience, thank you for tuning in on Facebook as well. Nicole, I've mentioned that. Jack Whisket. Hey, this one, is it a low budget Whisket or the real Whisket? Jack Whisket, thank you for tuning in. Wisdom J, Dauda, hopefully Dauda is from Senegal or something. Benjamin, thank you for tuning in as well. Eben, low key guy. Wow. Some people get some names. So Brad Kofi, thank you for tuning in. Dominic on YouTube, thank you for tuning in as well. Justin, Clemente J, Frederica Moore, Kenneth, I mentioned Amadou. Thank you for Amadou Ba is supposed to be from Gambia, hopefully. Ba is from Gambia. Benedicta. So let me know which country you're tuning in from. What's the time at your end?
Interestingly, Jack Whisket is from Ghana. So that's Ghana Whisket.
So that's a low budget Whisket. Anyway, let's move on. So bro, let's talk about how was the feeling when the first one didn't go well? Did you feel like it was the fault of the visa officer? Did you think there's something you didn't do right? That got the you denied. How was the feeling? Because there's some people, they put their all into this process. And how were you able to, push yourself up to even try again?
Okay, so think about it this way. A lot of us, when we're in Ghana, we're like, we need to definitely come abroad and at least see if it looks the way it looks on TV and all that. This is one of the wish for almost everybody, back home. And thinking about it, you get into the process, you apply to schools, you go through all these mock sessions you think you've prepared all this. The little that you have, like 559, you use it for passports, you take buses from Wa all the way to Accra for an interview, and then you are being told that, hey, we cannot give it to you at this time. So for me, when I heard that, I was actually surprised, because the funny thing is, whilst I was responding to the visa officer, she was just nodding. I thought everything was good, and then after she said I cannot get a visa at this time, I was like, okay. So I was just taking it cool. I was just trying to maintain composure and steeze and all that. But then when I got out of the room or the embassy, I was like, wait, I didn't get this. Is there really a chance for me to be able to make this anymore? I was frustrated with myself. I thought it had ended for the US. Maybe let me just go somewhere else. And then there was another guy who was also denied with me. I've forgotten his name, but then we came together again. The same day that I went for my second interview was the same day that he also went for a second interview. So I don't know. We were sort of destined to go. And then the second time he was approved, he went first. He was approved, and I was like, I know I'm also approved. I mean, we are tied together. I left, and then I went back home. There was a church service going on, and I was like, I'm done with all this, man. I just have to sleep. So I just went to sleep, and then when I woke up, I started asking myself questions. What are the reasons? I know that I didn't have funding, but is there any other reason that I'm not capturing? And then that was when I saw that I was not really prepared, even though I thought I was. I was not really prepared. The night before, I was still, trying to put my story together. The night before my interview. But that's not how it's supposed to go.
But bro, this is what I appreciate. Most of us, when we do something it didn't go well, we tend to blame others instead of blaming ourselves, right? It looks as if like the viewer was wicked, God is against us because we pray all the time. Maybe we have a family member who we discuss the issue with their witches. We have a girlfriend, he didn't have to know about it, those kind of things. But I appreciate the fact that you analyze and realize that, okay, I did something wrong, even if there was somebody's fault, in the process. There was something that I did wrong, and that's the only way you can come to realize and try to do something about it. Because if you blame it on others, then you're going to look forward to they changing their strategy instead of knowing that it is me that got denied. There's no witches somewhere. So you said you will not go to church again.
Yeah, it was a church service at the time. I was like, wait, what am I doing with this? I just went to sleep. I just went to sleep directly, and then when I woke up, I was like, this is the reality. I got
Yeah.
I bounced back. But my second time, I was a lot more prayerful, I would say, honestly, than the first time. But again, most of the work went into the preparation. And yeah, I'm very thankful for realizing that and working on that.
There was a time I was saying that almost everybody that I've had opportunity to know or assist go through this process is a very religious person. Is either a very good Christian. Even if you are not, this process will let you be religious, right? how what role do you think spirituality plays in this process? Is there any at all? Like some witches can, make your visa get denied or something like that?
As Africans, we are born into spiritual homes or into religious homes. Let me put it that way. And so, spirituality and religion has been part of us. We believe that our beliefs will take us somewhere someday, some way somehow. I think that they're very important. If you believe in something, you have to keep believing in it because that is what has brought you this far. So definitely, I think that spirituality plays a role, but we should not mask spirituality on top of the work that we have to put in. That is the thing. So knowing how to do this is very important. I remember when we were on campus, you would go every day to campus, and then let's say you are going to lectures, and then you see somebody preaching, and you wonder, are they students or they're pastors? They're actually students, but they're also doing this at the same time. You have to be able to do this in such a way that you are not heavily saying, God help me, but then you are not doing anything about it. Try to make sure that you are putting in the work and then involve God in your vision. That's what I keep saying. I had a vision and then I involved God in my vision. I keep saying this all the time.
Fred, you are off.
Yeah, me.
Josie, I'm not attacking you, please. So let's take some questions from the comment section, and Ben, if you could read them, then we start responding to them. This one is from Jennifer Brown.
Wanted to know if he completely finished his service here in Ghana.
Yeah, I did. I completely finished my national service.
So you completed the national service and started the application where you were applying while you were a national service personnel.
I was applying whilst I was a national service personnel, but then when the service ended, like I said, the expectation we were not selected.
Also, the people were not lying when you came in.
They were not lying, and I knew they were not lying because they told us that those who came before us were not there. So they were definitely not lying. So I was still applying, and then the next spring I got it, and then I deferred it in the
So
next.
that's what a lot of people also, one of the challenges. I'm a national service personnel. My office 9 to 5. I'm tired when I go to work. What time do I use to work on the process, bro? What did you do?
Whilst I was working, I was still like,
Oh,
so
use the office computer to be working on the process?
yes, so again, like I said earlier, I think I even saw a question about somebody asking about my boss doing all this for me.
Yeah.
He was into the process. He was like, you have to do this, because I've had many students also come to me like this, and then like for national service, I train them, they are not selected, and then they go. When I got in there, he was 100% on board.
Oh, okay. Okay.
He even provided his bank statement and all those things to support me throughout the process.
Oh, shout outs to him then, because for some people, they are not able to tell their supervisors at work because they know the process is not 100% guaranteed. What if I go tell my boss, then he'll start looking at me in a way that this guy wants to run away and stuff like that.
Yes, shout outs to him, Mr. Providence. I'll say he's phenomenal. I mean, I would say he should be my life. Yeah.
Ben, the next question.
Yeah, this is from Silas Atta. Can my TA, who is now a lecturer, be a recommender?
Yeah, I mean, if he's in any faculty position, like you said, he's a lecturer, right? So he can definitely give recommendation to the schools that you're applying to. If he's a faculty, he's in any faculty position. Even sometimes the schools could ask for people outside of the faculty. So
This is from a low key guy.
Yeah, I'm facing such a problem. I deferred because of funds, and the situation is still the same. What's the best advice?
I would say keep pushing. Do not give up. It's not easy, and think about it. Those times it wasn't we applying to school. We were not even this much. This time, Fred Effect is here. He's constantly giving information. People are seeing it. So you can imagine the amount of people applying to the same position that you want to apply to. So even for you, you have to even do more than I did. Be persistent. Keep reach out to the program coordinator. Let them know the funding situation in the department. How are they selecting people for funding? Is it like first come first serve basis, or what is it? Just talk to them, and then you get an information on how they select people to be funded for their program. And so that would also help. Also, do not stick to your program. Go to the administration. Email people somewhere else in another engineering program. If you're an engineer, if you're in science, you can be in physics department, but then you work with someone in chemistry. It happens all the time.
Okay.
You can join us live in the studio if you do have questions. I'm sharing the link on the various Fred Effect platforms, and so you can just click on it. It will lead you directly to the studio, and then you can join us and ask your question directly to Vincent. I'm trying to search for other questions, but shout outs to Callista. Callista gifted us, so shout outs to you. Thank you for tuning in as well. Okay, so Lexus, you said you have a couple of questions. You can type them in the comment section, or better still, you can decide to join the link, and then it will lead you directly to the studio. You can ask your questions from there. Okay, so Ben, go ahead. There's another question.
Okay. Great job, guys. This is from Abdul Halik Yakubu. Thank you, Yakubu. Kindly share your perspective on this comment I heard yesterday that schools with application fee waivers don't usually offer full funding chance.
I would outrightly disagree with this. That I would say is not true. So the thing is, if they have application fee waivers, it tells you that more people are likely going to apply to the school because they wouldn't have to pay. So now, if more people are applying, there's going to be heavy competition. That could be a reason why you would think that funding is not available for you. That is very important to know. But I do not think that because they're giving the free application, or that they are giving out the fee waivers, then that impacts funding. I don't think that that is directly linked to it. So yeah.
And if you heard Vincent very well, Vincent said that he applied to two universities, UTRGV, University of Texas, Rio Grande Valley in Texas, without an application fee. And that's where he eventually had the full scholarship to attend. He paid about $65 for another university in Ohio. That university didn't give funding in the initial stages. So that definitely, you see, people who make this argument make it seem as if like people do not want to pay application fee or people are chasing application fee waivers. Here's the thing. My challenge, or the reason why I applied to only one university, was because one, I didn't have the MasterCard or Visa card to be able to pay the application fee. So, and the money was also not there. So when I received my national service allowance 559, I have to send it via mobile money to a friend to put it in his bank account so that I can use the friend's card to make the payment. So there's no money. And then the 559 I get, it will have to go through a lot of processes to go get into a card that I can use to pay. Now, listen. So if somebody has a challenge of not having a PayPal account, not having a credit card, not having a debit card, not having the money to pay an application fee, and you are able to get this waived, it does not necessarily mean you're not going to get a scholarship. I mean, Vincent, you know Debbie. The school Debbie is in now, she has free accommodation, she has free tuition, they are paying her stipends, and she gets free feeding, but she did not pay any application fee. So that's what we are talking about. We are not saying people should automatically push for not paying application fee. Sometimes the university is simply waiving it, and you have to ask. It would not be wise that if you just ask and you get a $50 application fee waiver, you still go and look for money and pay. The university is waiving it. So even if you have the money, and listen, if you do have money to pay application fee, so only say unko bia form da and
In English, bro.
like if you think you can afford to pay, there are people who have more money than you. So if you think you have $150 to pay, people even have $200 to pay, right? So you even paying the application fees for the application to go through. Not all people who pay application fee to apply to UCC get admitted there. So people pay application fee, so they are not able to get admission. But the point Vincent is making is that if people get to know that some universities are waiving, there's a tendency that, and I even have an argument that there are even lots of programs in that same university. So there's Vincent is applying to a different program. I'm applying to a different program. So I'm not competing with Vincent in any way. You get a point. So, if you have an opportunity to pay, to get some schools to waive some application fee for you, don't think that if I apply to this school, I have lots of people that, did not pay application fee to the current school they are. They have the best of scholarship you can. And I'm talking to Vincent knows Debbie very well. So, yeah. So, let's move on. If you have a question, you can request, we'll approve it, and then we get started. Okay. Lexus is on. Lexus, unmute your microphone. Let's go ahead.
All right, Fred. Good evening, long time. Can you hear me? All right. So I think I have 3 questions for all of us today. And the first one is, it seems most of our discussions is about universities. We are not talking about the colleges in the state. Why can't international students apply for colleges too? Is there no funding for us or what? So that's actually my first question.
So our conversation is about universities because of our guest, but the Fred Effect team normally talks in general about higher education institutions. So we have a lot of people who've had opportunity to assist to community colleges, to colleges. Now, mostly the difference between the college and the universities is because of the research based focus, or the research focus of these big institutions that makes them the universities. But of course, there are a lot of colleges that are, admit a lot of international students.
All right. And then my next question, actually for all of us to learn, should your recommendations always come from lecturers, or your employees, your colleagues at work can also write some for you? If so, why? If not,
so recommendation letters, just like any other application requirement. So normally a university will have a program would have their application requirement. The university will have its application requirement. If you're applying to a more professional program like public administration, what I applied for, they clearly state in the application portal that we need maybe one recommendation from previous employment, which is professional recommendation. We will need one from a professor, and then maybe need one from somebody who knows you in what way. Some universities even give you the opportunity when you're typing in the recommendation to select the type of recommendation it is. Is it a religious leader? Is it a professional recommendation? Is it a family recommendation? Is it a professor recommendation? So that technically depends on the program you're applying for. For some programs, they want everything to come from your previous professors. Others, very professional, they want, somebody you have a professional relationship with to recommend you. Your microphone is muted.
All right, thank you very much. My last question is, should it be a question? Yeah. We have a lot of mock sessions going on, and some when you join, after your first interview, you feel like giving up because of the kind of feedbacks you get. I'm always happy to have joined the Freddy Fest since day one. What is your intake about this?
What I want, and this is what I tell everybody, and you see, for a brother to go through masters, doing a PhD, and he's still talking about a Fred Effect mock platform, this means brother has been in the game since ages, right? So what I tell people is that you have to be a student, not a follower. For anybody organizing mock sessions, I would encourage more people, if they do have the time, which most people don't, but if they do have the time and have gone through the process, to be able to support people in that way. But remember, all of us just went through the process. None of us are, I don't claim to be an expert in this field, right? I speak with former visa officers. I have opportunity to do that. I've been doing mock sessions for years. I have opportunity to do that. I've gotten the visa approved multiple times as well. So the experience is there, but I do not claim to be an expert in this field. What I can do is to help you refine your answer. I cannot tell you what to go and say. Certain times when you tell people exactly what to go and say, they forget what you even told them. So it should be your story. If you are joining a mock session, be a student, not a follower. Nobody should tell you point blank that go and use these words, memorize these words and go and say. So you don't have to take everything everybody says, hook, line, and sinker. Analyze what people tell you. Even with comments. When I do mock session, I tell people that when people give you comment, sieve through, take what is going to work for your story, and throw away what is not going to work for you. Because most of us are just looking out for, the negative things. Like somebody purposely maybe tune into this platform to talk about how blur it is, to talk about how unprofessional the whole thing, to talk about, but there are positive side of it. So people who have gone through the process and are trying to just prepare for their mock. Remember, you do not necessarily need a mock session to survive. And I tell people that I have, if you happen to be on my mock session, it's just a privilege for me to be part of your success journey. Whether you join or not, you might be successful in the process. So it's just a way for people to help you. You do not have to take everything they are saying. And this is an opportunity for me to beg my brothers who are into content creation, who are helping people. Normally, when you speak certain words to people who have already gained admission, scholarship, or maybe have a broader sponsorship, and because of your own story, because Fred came to Ohio, because Fred got some scholarship before coming, I feel like everybody should get a scholarship. It doesn't work like that. We all have our different stories, and so we should have that stomach to accommodate people with diverse funding, diverse programs. Sometimes you mention your program and somebody is laughing because they are studying something they feel is better than yours. But we cannot all come and study your program. We cannot all come to university. Some of us have to go to colleges, community colleges, and stuff like that. So, bro, if you are going through this, be a student, not a follower. Nobody can claim to be an expert. Even former visa officers, when I speak to them behind the scenes, they don't claim to be experts in the field. So that's my response to that. I don't know if my brothers would have anything to add to that, though.
Yes, last one. Do you suggest that before you go for your visa interview, so let's say next week Saturday, you should go and spy the space to look at the environment so that you can prepare psychologically before you go there on the D-Day? Would you recommend this?
If it's within your power, personally, I couldn't do that. I was in Bole Bamboy. I have to wait for the next Accra car. If I miss it, I'm done. So, coming from Bole, I cannot, spend national service 559 to come to Bole Bamboy. To come from Bole Bamboy to Accra, just come and look at the location, go back and then. But if and I think it didn't help me. It didn't help me in the sense that I was a bit tense when I got it because that was my first time. So if it's within your time, it's within your resources, you have the time to do that. Oh, just go walk around and stuff like that, so that I know tomorrow this is where I'm going to get the visa approved.
All right. Thank you very much, Fred, for answering these questions. I know most of us have learned something new today. And let me also add up. In fact, we have a lot of people who claim they know their ways, but I've been with Fred for a long period of time. And very soon I'll be sharing my story. And I know that if you are there willing to also go to US or any of the other countries, make sure that you stick to Fred. Else one day you come back and regret, and then it's actually going to.
My head is doing me sweet. Thank you so much. Thank you for the word so sweet. That was Lexus. You can also request when you come on. Jackson, na Esumben wa kushe mi chama. Oh man. It's unfortunate. Jackson, the sound, I don't know if you are using a headset, but that's quite unfortunate. If you could fix that, we could help you. Frank.
Yes, sir.
Frank, na Esumben wa kushe mi chama.
Boss, me na. I was on my way somewhere. I had to join in, so forgive me for that.
Talk to our guest, Vincent.
Okay, Fred, before I begin, I'd like to say thank you to the Fred Effect for everything you are doing. God will truly bless you. And then I also say I like it when we have people on the podcast who have or are pursuing a program that we are currently pursuing. So currently, I am almost done with my bachelor's degree in manufacturing engineering here in Ghana, Whole Technical University. And so hopefully by next week, I'll be done with my bachelor's degree. And I would like to pursue a master's degree in a related field. And so I was very happy when Vincent mentioned that he's currently, or he offered masters in manufacturing engineering. I don't know if it is possible to get in touch with Vincent for a little bit of enlightenment concerning the master's degree in manufacturing engineering. And then also, Fred, I reached out to you at the beginning of this semester concerning me wanting mentorship from you. You actually responded to me, and then you asked me to join.
I responded because I thought you were going to say we didn't. We responded.
No, you responded. Yes, you responded. But you asked me to join to join you like for a one-on-one conversation. But at that time, I wanted to transfer my program, but I realized I'm almost done. So let me just finish, and then I'll reach out to you again for that one-on-one mentorship. So it's not as if I'm not serious. I just wanted to finish with the program, get my bachelor's degree, then I can now move on. So
nice. Where are you? Because your network is stable. Which network are you using?
I am currently in whole Ghana, UHAS campus.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
It's stable. So yeah. I like. Thank you for coming through, bro.
Sure. Thank you, Fred. So I don't know if Vincent would
have any advice for you. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Also, I think you're just about to graduate. Congratulations on that. This is the
Thank
first time
you.
somebody doing manufacturing engineering in Ghana. So for me, it's interesting, and I'm very happy about that. It tells me the opportunities for me also back home. So what I would say is I'm available. Yes, you can reach out to me on LinkedIn. I think Fred is gonna give those information. Also, my Instagram is available. You can reach out to me as well on my Instagram.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm definitely available to give you any information you may need. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Vincent is your guy. Vincent is your
Thank
guy.
you very much.
Yeah. All right. Bro, Ben, if you can read this and let's see if we can respond to our brother Alfred.
Okay. Hi, guys. You are all guys long young. So you want to say we are young boys? What about somebody in his 40s with masters in structural engineering? Any opportunity going forward?
Bro, does age really matter, Vincent?
No, I don't think it does. It does not. It's about credentials. It's about the way you do your process, and then it's about who you reach out to, the schools you're applying to, all those factors we've mentioned before. I don't think the age is playing any significant role. Even if it is, you will do your analysis and you see that it's not that significant. So do not worry about the age. Worry about the things to put together to get you to your next level.
Right. And I don't know, for me in my class, people are way older, so they're even so that's what people think about that. If I have kids, if I'm married, then study abroad is not for me. I don't know if you have such people in your class. Do you think that you have people in your class that are 40?
Definitely. I mean, people are even more than 40.
Yeah.
And yeah, we see them and then we chat with them, we talk to them, and yeah, it's all about learning. So yeah.
Yeah, so don't let the marriage or maybe you having kids, stop you from making bettering yourself or improving yourself academically. You can still study, and that's why there's an opportunity for even a dependent visa. When you have a spouse, if you have kids, you can still travel with them. So if you're 40, it's not too late. If you really want to do it, it's possible. I think recently I saw an I-20 of somebody who's like 43 or so. There is a woman we assisted some couple of years ago, 37, 4 kids, was coming for an undergrad. And she got a visa approved. So it's highly possible. Let's see if we have another person joining us. Jackson, let's see if we can hear you now, sir. You can unmute your microphone, Jackson. Jackson, is it better? Oh man. Wise. Is it Wise Amo or Amo Wise? Which one?
Why I'm wise. Each one of them is cool.
Yeah. Go ahead. Talk to. We can't see you, but we can hear you. Go ahead.
Good evening. I think my laptop is my camera is kind of 40.
we understand. My
Yeah,
volume
yeah,
well
okay,
one.
bro.
It's like that.
Good evening, Fred. I thank you for this opportunity. And my brother Vincent, I've really enjoyed the conversation and everything. But my question is, with the UTRGV, I explored that school and then I realized that there's a portion in the application for that says that you have to do a criminal background check. Can you tell me how you did yours?
Criminal background check. Okay, that's new to me. Things might have changed, or maybe in their recent applications they are demanding for that. But I would ask that I do not know about it, or I don't think know anybody who has ever talked about criminal background checks during application step. Maybe you're already accepted, and then they are looking at some other things. But this is something very strange, or let me say, new to me. Okay, so try to get more information on that. But I don't think I know about any criminal background check that YouTube does. Okay.
Looks like why Samo is having to deal with other things at the background. So let's have brother deal with it. Jackson, we are trying to get you on again. I don't know if you're wondering how you can join us. Remember, the link has been shared on all our social media platforms. In the comment section, you can click on it. Jackson, let's see if we can hear you this time around. If it's going to work. Jackson, can you please hear me? Okay. It's quite unfortunate, Jackson. We are unable to hear you. Jennifer Brown, you are live. If you could put on your camera and then unmute your microphone, then you can talk to our guest.
Good evening, Mr. Fred.
You are very beautiful. You didn't hide your face. Go ahead, talk to Vincent.
Okay, good evening, Mr. Vincent. Thank you once again for this opportunity. I followed throughout the beginning, and I just wanted to ask, how long did it take for you to reapply for your visa when you got denied the first time?
Okay, so that's actually a very good question that we might have probably skipped. So, right when I was denied, I think it wasn't right after, like let's say a week after or something like that. I had to sit down and know what is the next approach and how I'm going to systematically lead myself to do the next application. So, if you're asking how long, I would have to probably remember, but it was, that the fall. So I was denied in the spring semester. That is in January. Okay. Somewhere in May, thereabout, I had already started the next application. And then I was in the pool for date searching and all that. And it was like a witch hunting thing we were doing at the time. You'd wake up at dawn in the evening. We had Fred can tell you more about that, and we did all that. And then finally we got even a date for the interview. So it shouldn't be when you are denied the next day you are setting up another thing. It's just like, trying to do more. But have you done enough work to be able to go the next time? That's what is important. But make sure that you're also meeting the deadlines in the way that you can apply for the next semester. If that makes sense.
Okay, thank you. And I have my second question, but last. So you made mention of your boss helping you with your funding.
Okay.
And from rumors I've been hearing, I actually follow studying abroad journeys a lot because that's something I would want to do. You mostly hear people saying that we shouldn't let someone outside the family give like the bank statement because it mostly brings about denial in the embassies. So how true is that? Because you said it was from your boss. He offered to help you. And now is your boss like a family carries your name or something?
Vincent, before you come in, Jennifer, you're a very smart lady. Are you in school?
Yes, please. I'm at the hostel now.
So, like, which university is it?
It's 37 Military Nursing and Midwifery Training College. I'll be done next week.
So it will be like a bachelor's degree or a diploma?
No, it's a diploma, sir.
No, you're a smart lady. Smart
Thank
lady. Vincent, go ahead.
Yes. So, as to whether it has to be family related, the thing is that if your family is sponsoring you, then definitely there is that connection and there is enough reason for them to sponsor you. So the VO or the visa officer wants to establish why the person wants to sponsor you. Okay, and normally it's weird for somebody from nowhere to just want to sponsor you. But then the thing is that I had this relationship with my boss that it was just not a working relationship. It was just, outside of even the work, sometimes I'll go to him and then at home and then, I would help him do a few things and all that. So we developed that relationship and then more or less on paper, yes, we would have other representations, but it was my boss that actually took me through the whole process in terms of the funding part of it. He did it for the first time when I was denied, and he did it for the second time as well. He never let it go. So I would say that if it is your boss as well who is ready to sponsor you, and you don't have help from anyone else in your family directly, why not give it a shot? You wouldn't want to say that I heard this, so don't sponsor me. I'll still go to my family member to sponsor me if they are not willing or they are not even going to be able to do it in the first place. So go to where you get help. That's what I would say.
Jennifer, normally people put out most of these statements because of their personal experience. Probably they use a certain sponsorship. It didn't go well for them, so that's what they think. I have had opportunity to speak with ex-visa officers. Now listen, when you apply to the school before you get your I-20, they have what we call financial affidavit or financial support form. They give you the opportunity to indicate the relationship with the sponsor. Now in the first place, if the university accepts that financial document, so it's actually the university and not the embassy. That determines the kind of financial statement they accept. So, for example, some universities will not accept a company statement. They will only accept a personal statement. They will not accept a savings account. Some universities will not accept an investment account. So that is being determined by the university and not the embassy. And just like Vincent said, your ability to go and explain why the person is sponsoring you, how you are related, for a visa officer to understand, to give you, that's the most important thing. So there are people who have been sponsored by their bosses, their grandfathers, their grandmothers, whatever, and then it was successful for them. So it depends. You see, everybody would have wished that they had everything paid for by the school. Not all of us can get it like that. And everybody would have wished that their parents can afford to give them that financial statement. Jennifer, you and I know not every parent can get that. But if another person can sponsor in a way, shouldn't we go for the interview? We should. You get it. So if you have an ideal situation which you think you can explain better, like if you have multiple options, I have loan, I have scholarship, I have bank statement, then you decide what to go for. But for some of us, the option is only one, my sister. Anyway, you have another question. I think you're a very intelligent lady. You have another question. You can unmute your microphone and go ahead.
Thank you very much for this opportunity. Actually don't have any question now, so I'll hang on and listen to the rest of the section. Thank you.
Awesome. So if you need help, you link up via Instagram. We'll be happy to support you. I like how you answered your questions when. Lukman. Is it Lukman in Alaska or this one is Lukman Kwan?
Just Lukman.
Okay. Salam alaikum, brother.
Alaikum salam, Mr. Fred. I think my question is to all of you. Actually, I have a background of, I did my BSc in business administration, but my major is logistics and supply chain management. But actually, I'm looking to do my master's in either computer science or data analytics, and I've actually started the application processes. I had admission from Flint. That was, I think, yesterday. I have to submit my official transcript before they will consider funding. But my fear is that because I have a background in business and I want to go into the sciences, I'm quite skeptical that may be the basis for a denial. So I'm actually considering reaching out to the university if they can change it from computer science back to business administration. So I want your advice, whether that would be the best idea.
Vincent, you want to go on? Or
Yeah, I can go on that. So you said that you got accepted by the school. You already got your application accepted by the school, but then it's provisional, and so now you have to give your final actual transcript, right?
Yes, my official transcript before they consider.
If you give the actual one now, it's going to be a problem. I can tell you that it's not going to be a problem. First of all, why were you giving the provisional one in the first place? It was based on what you submitted, which was unofficial. So I don't think you would have to quote unquote play that game by going back or trying to go back to the logistics. You said that this is what you had, and then you gave out unofficial transcript, and then they gave you a provisional acceptance. So go ahead, let them release the actual official transcript to the school, and that should still work. I don't think it's going to be a problem because they saw your application. You made some initial application, right? Did you provide unofficial transcript to them before? Yeah, then you don't have anything to deal with. They just want to verify what you submitted to them. That's what they want to do. They don't want to do any other thing. Yeah.
Look, man, were you referring to the denial in terms of visa?
Yes, in terms of visa, not in terms of the school.
Oh no.
Oh, okay.
Vincent, go ahead.
Okay, so now you did the logistics one. You did the first one and you were denied. Is that the case?
So actually I'm currently putting in application to multiple schools, but Flint just gave me admission yesterday. Some of them are actually in business administration, but my focus is in either computer science or business analytics, and Flint happened to be computer science. So my skepticism is about the visa, whether because I have a background in business and I'm going into why the change, and that could be maybe the reason why I'll be denied a visa. So that is what I'm skeptical about.
Okay, now your story is clear to me. Okay, so I have to ask you that why did you apply to the computer science program? That is exactly where the link between the logistics that you did and then the computer science comes in. So you could do logistics, but then there are some things there that would help you to do the computer science program. You learned some things in logistics. You did maybe statistics. You did data analytics. One or two subjects there, they were very interesting to you. You think that this is an area that you want to probe further. So there is definitely a connection or a motivation for you to be able to apply to the computer science program in the first place. That is the exact reason you are going to give to the VO. Okay, so you are not changing anything. You shouldn't be skeptical about it. People move from one field to the other all the time. I was in chemical engineering. I did my master's in manufacturing engineering. Now I'm doing PhD in industrial engineering. They are all engineering. They are related to each other some way, somehow. But then I was able to find a way to connect them, and here I am today.
So if you do not qualify in the first place with your background to get admitted into the computer science program, you wouldn't have been admitted in the first place. So this is what I'm thinking. You have what it takes. You just don't know where you placed it. The statement of purpose that you wrote to the school, being able to connect your business background to convince them to give you admission into the computer science, go and read that reason. That's a better reason to give to the visa officer. Because if you were able to convince them in your statement of purpose, they know you have a business transcript and they were able to give you admission. That means what you wrote there was very convincing. I'll be happy to read that. So please go and read that. That will be easy to convince the visa officer to give you the visa. Thank you for coming through, Lukman. We wish you all the best. I don't know if, bro, you can take more people. There are lots of people requesting, but let's respond to this question here. Let's see. Okay. So Malik, can I get your email address? Malik, what happens is that our team, our platform is huge. A lot of people, unfortunately, have created some duplicate accounts and downloading our videos, especially on TikTok, putting some phone numbers and email addresses on it, a Fed Effect program, whatever, to scam people. So we do not respond to emails. If you are communicating with anybody via email, please be careful. That is not the Fed Effect team. The only means to get in touch with us is via our verified Instagram handle, which is the Fred Effect. It is verified. We have about 23,000 family members over there. Because it's verified, it's easier. So, and on Instagram, you can make a call, you can send a message. It works like WhatsApp. So that's the easiest way to get in touch with a team. Thank you, Brandy, for responding. He said, Malik, kindly send them message on Instagram. It's faster there. Yes, it's very fast. We respond very quickly. We have a whole team responding to that. All right. Bro, Vince, you want me to bring people on?
Yeah, you can do that.
All right. So I want us to talk about your PhD program, especially the universities you apply to. So currently, what's the name of the PhD program you're pursuing? Let's see if we can share with people.
Okay, so it's industrial engineering, and it's in Penn State, so the Pennsylvania State University.
PhD in industrial engineering, and this is one of the best universities. That means your mind is blowing up, bro.
Yeah, it's definitely not easy. I did graduate school before. I mean, master's is graduate school, but then this is also another level in terms of the expectations and then the requirements. So yeah, definitely is stressful. It involves a lot of efforts, and you have to be very determined to do this. If you do not want to do a PhD, don't do it. If you want to do it, do it. What I'm trying to say is that you should have enough motivation to do a PhD. Otherwise, you are easily going to give up, or something else is going to happen that is not going to lead you to your final destination.
I see. And so when you graduated from your master's degree at University of Texas, Rio Grande Valley, you had an opportunity to work because it's a STEM program for 3 years. Why did you opt to continue studying instead of probably taking a break to go and work?
Yeah, I definitely applied to work as well. I even got a job with Legrand. It's a manufacturing company.
Right.
And I also got the PhDs as well. So the reason for choosing the PhD was quite simple. I come from a family where I have some people in there who motivate us to keep going for higher education.
Mm-hmm.
And so I have my grandpa, professor. He's a professor in UTRGV, and he motivated me a lot to go this route because he went this route and he believes this is going to help me. It helps us to be a bit more stable as internationals, or it gives you some ground to be able to, get to your final destination. So for me, it was actually the advice I got from peers, from people that I look up to, that ended up here.
If you're listening to us, I'm going to show the universities he applied to one after the other. Take a pen and a paper, be writing them down. But bro, you see, you said you were coming for a master's degree, and then how many years were you offered on your visa? How long is your program going to last? Did you have to go home? I'm asking this question because of the 3 month validity. When your visa expires, some politicians are saying you have to come home and stuff like that. I want to know if you want to share that. Like, how many years did you have on your visa? Did you have to necessarily go home to get another visa before you started your PhD?
So I would say no. I didn't go home since 2021 that I came here. I haven't gone back home.
Yeah.
So my visa, my master's I-20, I had 2 years on it. So it was going to expire in 2023 of December.
Yeah.
And it was at a time that we had the interview waiver, people from Ghana and other countries as well. So I applied using that, and then I got my visa renewed. Someone was going to Ghana. I gave my visa to them, my passport to them. They got it renewed. I got it back again, and then that was what it is. But I think maybe things have changed this time, and you may need to have go back and do it. But at the time, we had this interview waiver. I think just a year ago, it was still there.
This is an Ivy League institution, hard to get in. How did you manage to get in, bro?
Okay, so I think I would like to correct this. So Penn State is a land grant university. We have UPenn and then we have Penn State. So UPenn is an Ivy League, but Penn State is not, even though it's a very top university.
So you are at Penn State or UPenn?
I'm at Penn State, yeah. So you're at the right place. So yes. What was the question again on that?
How did you get in?
Okay, so my advisor from my master's program at UTRGV trusted me enough based on whatever we worked on. He knew that I wanted to do a PhD. So he has a friend, or in faculty or in academia, somehow they are all connected, So he recommended me to my current professor that I'm working with, and then she had an interview with me, wanted to know what exactly I want to work on. Let her know that this is what I want to do. I think she was impressed by my story and by my drive and all that. And then I put in the application, and then I got the full funding with the application, with the admission as well.
You mentioned you applied to 10 universities. Can you just quickly run us through for people to hear at least the names of the schools?
Okay, so one of them is Urban University. It's in Alabama.
Shout outs to Olivia, man.
Shout out to Olivia.
You remember Olivia, right?
I do, definitely,
yeah. Shout out to Olivia. So, if you're listening, this is what has been happening. That every year the Fred Effect has like a batch that sort of goes through the process. So we have the spring semester group, we have the fall semester group, and so Vincent's batch, there were a lot of I think the group is still active now. Shout outs to Prince, Kingsford Onyina. Shout outs to Kingsford Onyina, man.
Yeah.
Marianne. Shout outs to Marianne. She was on TikTok. Shout outs to Marianne. The people are a lot.
Looked cool. We were a lot. Yeah.
So I wanted to share the schools one after the other, so that makes it easy when people want to just get it. Okay, so let's see. This is a one-man production, so I'm doing everything here on my own. Okay, so Urban University, it's located in a city called Urban in Alabama. I've been to Alabama a couple of times. It's a beautiful state. People who have not been there would say certain things, but Alabama, trust me, I have stayed in Alabama before. It's great. Urban University is located in Alabama. Which other university again?
Georgia Tech is one of the universities.
Okay, so Georgia Tech is located obviously in Georgia, but which city is it? It's located in Atlanta.
Atlanta, yeah, just at
Yeah.
the heart of the city, I guess.
Oh, okay, so the people who have the accent say Atlanta.
Yeah.
So Georgia Tech is located in Atlanta. So that's what I'm showing you. Please take a pen and a paper. Be writing them down, bro. What's the next school?
The next school is I think
it's okay if you don't remember all of them, but
yeah, Southern California University.
Southern California, which is part of the California system, the university system.
Yes.
So Southern California. Okay, let's see. So there is University of Southern California. Is there a difference? Okay, so Southern California University.
Yeah, I think it's University of Southern California.
Yeah. Okay. So University of Southern California. I'm going to share the screen real quick. So this is University of Southern California. Beautiful campus. Which one again, bro?
Okay, so there is University of Wisconsin-Madison.
Okay. Okay. Wisconsin, Madison. Remember that, like I said, there is the university system. So there's the University of Wisconsin system, and Madison is one of the campuses. So we have University of Wisconsin, Milwaukee, and then University of Wisconsin, Madison, and there are other campuses. They go by the name of the city as well. So this is the University of Wisconsin at Madison. Bro, let's move on.
Yeah, I think another university is Virginia Tech.
Oh, Virginia Tech, Blacksburg, very beautiful university. I have shout outs to Elvis. Elvis is doing a PhD at Virginia Tech University in Blacksburg. And congrats to one of the ladies you came with, Abigail. She got married recently. Congrats to her.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she's at Virginia Tech doing a PhD, I think in kinesiology. She has been on the section before. So shout outs to Abigail, shout outs to Elvis. I have a couple of friends there at Virginia Tech University in Blacksburg. So that's the website. Which one again, if you remember? I'm glad you're remembering all of them, bro. Thank you.
I actually forgot the rest of them. Okay. Yeah, the rest of them. But yeah, there were about eight schools. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. All right, great. So that was from master's. We've had a story from master's degree all the way to Texas, and now in Pennsylvania and all that, doing a PhD. That's an amazing story, bro. I really appreciate the friendship. We've not met in person, right? We should. I don't know, for some reason I've not seen anybody in person. I'm a shy person. Sometimes I could come to your place, but like somewhere around wherever you are, it's difficult to link up, but it's not the same. It's been great. Maybe when you have the wedding, then I'll pull up.
You definitely have to pull up.
Some of the very people, they've gotten married though.
It's a big family now. We have like little Fred effects.
Yeah, I tell you, grandchildren and all that. You know. If you are listening to us, it's highly possible. Shout outs to Prince. Prince got married. He gave me an invitation. Shout outs to Abigail. Abigail recently got married, Virginia Tech. There are a lot of people, shout outs to Mary Ann, man. Mary Ann, we have like little bird effects coming up and all that. Some people don't come to get a degree. They also come and get kids as well. So
yes,
you come and live life. Bro, what will be your final words?
Before I go, I would say that first of all, Fred has been very consistent from day one. I mean, I want to remember. Okay, so it was through a friend who was also at UTRGV. He recommended Fred. He was like, join his group. And then when I got into the group, I was like, wait, all these people are applying to come to the US, and now the group has, it has exploded. It's been group 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like it's been a lot of different people coming in, and I'm sure Fred has maybe helped over 2,000 people get it.
We've done a lot of people.
Yeah, you know,
Every
and
time somebody calls me, like if it's not you, like you keep in touch. Somebody call me, I'm like, Fred, it was 20 something. I don't remember, but you know how we gonna do it.
yeah, and the story has always been consistent. The Boliban boy story you guys have been hearing, you know, we heard it first. I would say that it was very inspiring to us. We're like, you know, that guy from Boliban boy, and you know, he has this car. You know, all those things. Sometimes you would say that they are not good looking at the material aspect of things, but then they also motivate you. You know, that is the story. He's from this place where if he tells you how he paid his service fee or even some of his application fee, if there is, you know, you would cry. You know, he had to go through the struggle. That is why he's doing this. That was his motivation. He didn't even want to do this YouTube channel if he didn't know. It was us, we were motivating, we're like, do this. You know, we did not even see his face. You can imagine how, yeah, you know, he didn't want to show anybody his face. It's not for the popularity, it's not for that. He really wants to help us. Okay. So I would say that you are the right place. Fred, you've done a great job. We'll keep supporting you, and we hope that you get to the point that you really want to get to.
I think we've had a lot of batches, but I still don't think there is any batch that matches up to your batch, because it was Kingsford who came to start the YouTube and then said, yo, Fred, you for start something. Yes. And everybody has been supportive. The group is still active now. Like people, they talk in a group right now.
Trip to USA. It's still very vibrant, and still working on it. And see, that's how family is actually formed. It was great having you on the platform. If you need to ask me anything personally, you can do that on my Instagram as well. My handle is Mr.Asarimanu. You can just shoot me a message over there, and then I'll look at it and then respond to it. You can also follow me or check out my LinkedIn as well. That is also a professional platform where I could also answer some of your questions. But yeah, I'm open to that.
What's the LinkedIn name?
Okay, so it's Vincent Opare Ado Asarimanu. It's my full name. It's actually very long.
He has some and Winyam kind of name, that kind of Okoso kind of name, no? I think Okoso Nana kind of name. Yeah, let me see that. Yeah, you know, people from the southern. But anyway, like it's been great having you on. It's been a good relationship. I think you're one of the people that after everything we still keep in touch. So now if you're listening to me, the camera that I'm shooting with now, the stance that I'm using, it was Vincent that got it for me. Thank you, bro. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it.
That's a long time ago, man.
I keep it because like it's still a motivation that brother said, not only using your mouth to say, Fred, you do this, but you support it. And I'm still using that stance right now on my camera. I wish I could turn the camera, people could see that.
We're gonna get you to 1 million followers before you.
I really appreciate it. The support has been amazing, and thank you for coming through. Thank you for pushing through. We've shot this twice. The first one we couldn't post it, but now we got to have brother on, and he's doing amazing from the last time we spoke till now, and we still keep in touch. Thank you so much, brother.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Ben. Nice meeting you.
Yeah, Ben is in the UK, Abrabo, you know. Anyway, Ben, any final words then? We've gone like almost 2 hours, and I really
leave the UK people alone. If we don't have anything, our pounds is bigger than your dollar. Go for that.
Anyway, we manage them. Final words then.
Just maybe 2 minutes. I just want to say this. I think when I completed JHS, one of my uncles, I think the one I'm very close to, he told me something that I think I have to share tonight. So he said that now that I have completed SHS, what he wants to tell me, I should take it serious. And it's like this, about 99% of my own prosperity in life depends on me. And looking at about 7 billion people in the world, their contribution is just 1%. In fact, at that tiny age, I found it very difficult to process it, but I wrote it down and I kept on thinking about it, and it stands to be true. So the point I'm trying to say is that no matter all that we are doing for you, the kind of information that we are giving for you, giving to you, about 99% of where you want your life to go depends on you. Nothing more, nothing else. So guys, there could be financial difficulties, there could be recommendation difficulties, there could be application process. You can't even see top. But Charlie, you have no one to blame. Try as much as possible to make sure that whatever problem that comes on your way throughout the process, you are ready to find solution and you are ready to move forward. No more excuse, no more time to blame. If you have anyone to blame, you blame yourself. As usual, if you point your one finger on someone, you make sure that the four is pointing at you. So it's you in the question. I can present an expired food to you to eat and you can die. But the point is, if you had spent extra time to read on the product, you can escape that. So Charlie, there could be a lot of excuses and reasons to give, but irrespective of that, you should be the first person to question no matter what comes out on your way. So I think this is what I want to share with you.
Yeah, you're muted.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ben. That was a great one. Thank you so much, Vincent, for coming through. Really appreciate it. Okay, so it's been a great session with the Fred Effect team. We come your way this and every weekend. We have over 1,000 people. So specifically 1,155 tuning in right now. The likes are not up to. So guys, please click on the like button. It's free, you know. Just click on the like button right now if you're watching. Let's move it up. And then we are going to have the draw real quick. So click on the like button. Click on the like button, please. Wherever you're watching us from, on TikTok, on X, on YouTube, Instagram, click on the like button. I really appreciate that. All right. So Ben, let's have the draw.
Okay.
No, let me add Vincent still. Let's have the draw. Let's see who gets selected. Okay, so you have to be a little bit patient with me whilst I maneuver this technology thing. Anyway, we get it on. Okay, I'm sharing something else. Okay, let's see. Okay. So let's see. All right, there we go. So we are going to have the draw real quick, and then we select one person. Okay, let's get it up to 120. So we have 112. If you are just joining, just click on the like. You join the draw. You can comment and you join the draw. We have 113. Let's get 7 more, and then we start the draw. So how do you join? This draw is just to select one person so that the team will support you for to pursue the process. So if you have an undergraduate qualification and you intend to apply for a graduate program, we'll be happy to support you to do that. So we need 6 more people. So if you are clicking on the like button, if you like, if you share, you automatically join the draw. Now we need 5 more people. So click on the like button. So we have the draw, and then we select one person. Okay, let's get started. So we have 115 people. Let's. Oh, okay. So I don't know if it was Ennis or Eunice. Have you had Ennis before? Is it supposed to be Eunice or Ennis? So Ennis Ihimbru. I don't know which country you're from, but yeah, congratulations for getting selected. You will send a direct message to the Fred Effect handle on Instagram, and then we take it from there. Next week, we will select another person to go through the as a winner as well. If you were not selected, no problem. Every week we do this. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining. All right. So remember, the Fred Effect team has a collaboration with Argo Visa. Argo Visa is a team of former visa officers. After getting your admission, your scholarship, you need to put in very good preparation for the visa interview, especially now that is a bit challenging to secure an interview date. If you get a date, you don't want to mess that chance up. You want to get it once and for all. So talk to ex-visa officers before you go for your visa interview. You can use the link I'm sharing on the screen to schedule a conversation with Argo Visa. It's easy to get in touch with the Fred Effect team. Just go to Instagram, search for the Fred Effect. Our page is verified and the response is very quick over there. So we try as much as possible to reply as soon as possible. And we are the only team that help people who have high school or diploma who want to apply for a bachelor's degree. So if you want such an assistance or you need a one-on-one conversation with a Fred Effect, this is a link to schedule a one-on-one meeting. This is also a way for you to support what we do so that we can continue to bring such insightful conversations that will help with your process. So to be able to get a microphone, a camera, the lighting, whatever to give out such quality information, find a way to support our team as well. If you schedule a one-on-one meeting, is a way to support what we do. There's a way you can also give to the team. We are planning on how to show you that so that you can also support in that way. All right, it's been a great session. I appreciate you for joining. We'll come your way next week with another insightful session. This has been the Fred Effect. Please be positive and know that everything will be fine. I'll see you next week.